Is this thing on? Yep, it's on. Hey guys and girls, it's your girl Judy O, aka Green Fire Motivation, and I am excited because it is Thought Bank Thursday, where I share from my thoughts to yours. And so, as you guys can see, it's been a while since I've done a video like this, no makeup. So you guys know y'all about to get it, right? Okay. So the purpose of Thought Bank Thursday is for me to share my thoughts. And so today, and even earlier this morning, as I was trying to decide what my Thought Bank Thursday video would be about, I actually reflected on a moment that I had with one of my students. And it was a very mind-altering, if not mind-blowing experience. And I'll tell you what happened. So we were in the gym, and there were several children in there, but there was one particular child that was playing with the basketball. And I recall playing basketball with my dad every Sunday when I was growing up, and we used to have so much fun. We would play around the world, or some people call it 21. And of course we would do some one-on-ones and stuff. My dad would beat me all the time, but nonetheless, me and the child were playing, just shooting the ball. And I thought about some of the things that I learned when I was learning and when my dad was teaching me how to play basketball, such as how to dribble, how to pass the ball, how to even shoot the ball. And so I was like, man, I see this child, and they really, really want to be able to get the ball into the basket. And so I showed the child how to adjust their hand placement on the ball to where, the left hand, holds the side of the ball, and the right hand is on the back of the ball, which is actually aiming for the goal. And so after I showed her that, the very next shot, it was like, bam, she got it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like she got it. And after that, before I had showed it to her, she was continually missing the shots because her hand placement was incorrect. And so while I'm not a basketball coach, while I'm not a professional coach, playing basketball all those years, I did learn, one or two techniques about, certain things and how to adjust them to where you can make your, self as a basketball player just a little bit better. And so I showed her the placement of her hands on the ball. And after that, she just kept sinking them in one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it works. Because you know how a lot of times you do things for yourself and it works for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it works for other people. Right. And so one of the other things that I showed the child was how to, because the child was trying to bounce the basketball really low to the floor. I know you guys have seen Love and Basketball. And so in Love and Basketball, one of the takes in the movie, they show her with both basketballs, and she's bouncing them really, really low to the floor. And I think she switches them over and then turns around and starts bouncing them the other way. So the other thing that I showed the child was to use, the proper hand placement on the ball when bouncing it, to make sure that the ball is bouncing off of the fingertips and not falling flat off the palm of her hand. That way the child would have better control over the movement of the ball when it's extremely close to the floor. And so once again, I showed her how to do that, and bam, she got it. I was like, oh my goodness, that is like, woo. I showed her one thing, and then all of a sudden, bam, she changed it, and the basketball started going in the hoop. And I showed her, bam, another thing, and she changed it, and now she was able to bounce the ball really low to the ground at a fast pace. And I was like, oh my gosh, it works. And so I know that it doesn't really seem like that big of a deal, the story that I'm telling, but when you put it into perspective, with the different things that you're trying to accomplish in your life, whether it's professional, whether it's personal, whether it's relationship related, whatever goals you're trying to reach, whatever milestones you're trying to cross, the placement of your activities and how you do them matters. The placement of your activities and how you do them matters, because that could be the difference between you completely missing the goal. And when I say goal, I mean the basketball goal as well as your personal goals, versus you actually making the shot and getting the basketball in the hoop. Like I said, I'm not a basketball coach. It just so happened that I used to play a lot of basketball, and I saw someone who looked like they needed help. They were able to accept that help. And because they were able to accept the help that I gave them, it made them better just like that. And while that child may not be a basketball pro, they can definitely see the difference between the day before I showed them and the day after I showed them. Now they can continue. They can take that one little gem, that one little emerald, that one little nugget, and they can apply it over the next how many years to get even better at practicing their shot and at dribbling the ball. See? So what things are we doing to get to our goals that are not helping us to get there? What can we adjust? What can we do a little bit differently that's going to make the biggest difference in our outcomes? That's going to make the biggest difference in us reaching our goals, as opposed to us completely missing the goals, completely missing the deadlines, completely missing the milestone. What can we do a little bit differently? If you can find that little thing that you can do differently, then you'll see big differences. And like Les Brown said, inch by inch, anything is a cinch. So if you can find those little differences to fine tune and make better, your overall picture, your overall goal, your overall outcome will be that much better. And so this is your girl, Green Fire Motivation, aka Judy O. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. And by all means, leave your comments at the bottom. Let us know what things you can do a little bit differently that's going to improve your outcome drastically. So this has been Thought Bank Thursday, where I share from my thoughts to yours. Green Fire Motivation. Green means go. I'll see you guys on Motivation Monday. Bye.